We've created a culture of instant gratification. Okay, it's all about having things now. It's a huge problem. So, our generation, the internet generation, I think has moved dramatically to be more about the I. Yeah, it's all about me. Because everyone wants to share what we're doing. Okay? But social media forces us to do that. Social media is an arsehole. Okay? Because you log on and it says, what's on your mind? Status, photos, what are you doing? Where are you going? Who are you with? What are you wearing? Right? And everyone wants to say stuff. It's like a lot, so busy, OMG, Rufflecopter. You know? But why do we do that? We constantly want to update and do things and say, hey, we're here, we're there, we're doing everything, okay? But no one can, we have this false sense that being busy makes us look better, okay? Makes us look like we're doing shit. Why? Why is that? Like, no one likes being busy. Yeah, not at all. But why do we shifted it to be a positive? It doesn't make any sense. Big thing is that we want people to think that we're doing stuff and that we matter. It is planted inside of us that when we die, we want to at least feel like we mattered about something or to someone. But we're doing it in a very, very skewed way. We do silly things on social media to try and make us feel better about ourselves. So tonight, for example, there's a Twitter competition, right? Tweet something about Don. What you should be tweeting, and I think the most important and relevant tweet that you should actually put up is missing out on the joy of the experience by focusing on sharing that experience as it happens. Okay? Because I'm all kinds of awesome. Alright? And if you're looking at your phone, we're not engaging, you're not sharing this experience. But it's not just about now. Okay? It's about every time. It's like when you're on a horse on the top of a mountain, taking photos and putting it on Twitter and Facebook and everything, telling people, ha ha, you're not here. Yeah? But what you're doing is you're taking yourself to it because you can't do both things at the same time. I'm sorry, you can think that you are super, but you can't be in that space as well as on your phone sharing because your mind is completely immersed inside your device. Okay? So you are losing out on that experience. The problem is that there's too much choice. We have too much. There's all these social networks and ways to connect. Yeah, how many ways do you connect to someone? Years ago, 15 years ago, you could phone calls, SMSs, maybe an IM if we're lucky, and email. Alright? Today, I can't even start to begin how many different ways that we can connect to each other. And we feel that we have to do it through every network. 3 out of every 4 apps that you download onto your phone are opened only once. Alright? Why? Because we don't have time. Because we want to just try everything. Instant gratification. If it doesn't work for me, like you open something and say, this doesn't work specifically for how I want it, gone. Because we're hardcore and we're full of crap. I counted today, over 200 apps on my phone. I have no idea why. Because I use about 4. But we have them just in case. It's silly, it's stupid. I don't know why. So, the problem is that the more ways there are to connect, the further away we move from real connection. Again, it's the Facebook, it's the Twitter, it's through LinkedIn. Why aren't we connecting real life, face-to-face more? Because it's a lot easier. The human interaction split, because of all the choices we have, is pretty scary. What we're sitting with now is that we are only one device away from one another. Yeah, it's awesome and completely scary, but we love it because we feel like we're part of this thing. Yeah, that we can tweet to Lady Gaga, can't wait till you come to South Africa, OMG. Yeah, like she cares, because she doesn't. Let's be honest. She has millions and millions of followers and millions of people tweeting saying, OMG, you're so awesome. Why do we do it? Because we feel that there's some sort of a connection. Yeah, but it's not real. And that's something we always need to keep in mind. What's worse is that all of this stuff is affecting our personal lives. The problem is everything's amazing and nobody's happy, which is pretty scary. And it's all about being happy. I mean, I've never met anyone in the world who doesn't want to be happy. But it's scary because we're on this roadrunner culture that we've created. We're chasing everything, and everything's about speed. Yeah, we used to date, now we speed date. Walk, speed walk, dial, speed dial. Everything's about speed, speed, speed. Yeah, and trying to catch up, which is scary. You know, you're not living life; you're racing through life, which is a problem because you're missing out on things. We also don't fix things really anymore. It's a new culture that we've developed on. If something's broken, we throw it away, we buy a new one. Or growing your own vegetables. I'm pretty hippie. I grow vegetables at home, alright? Like spinach, green beans, green peppers. And it's amazing. You will not taste a better green bean, because let's face it, they're pretty shit, really. You will not taste a better green bean than the one you have grown yourself. Yeah? Taking the seed, putting it into the ground, watering it, watching it grow. You snip it, you wash it, you cut it, you cook it, you eat it. It is fantastic. Yeah? Nothing better. But we don't do that stuff anymore, most people anyway. But it was a conscious decision that I had to make, to start feeling like I was part of something again, because I was just flying around through everything. Right? Why don't we want to appreciate things anymore? It's pretty scary. This scared the hell out of me. So I saw 5-minute bedtime stories, right? Which makes sense. Kids fall asleep pretty quickly. So 5 minutes is okay for a bedtime story. Delved a little deeper. I saw this book, 3-minute bedtime stories. Okay? 3 minutes is all you got. You better bloody hope that this kid falls asleep quickly. Okay? And then I saw this book. 365 1-minute bedtime stories. Okay? These arseholes have now booked 6 hours a year for you to read to your children. Isn't that nice? Yeah? When did this become okay? When did we decide that quality time was finite? Yeah, quality time should not be finite. And this is what's happened with this speedy delivery of everything and getting through things faster and faster and faster, is we've pushed it onto our personal lives. Proper horrible. This was amazing. So Mexico are now looking into 2-year marriage contracts. Okay? No longer until death do you part. Yeah? 2 years. And it's pretty simple. It's a contract. You sign at the beginning like you're signing a 2-year lease on a rental of a house. And at the end of the 2 years, if you guys aren't really feeling it anymore, you cut ties and you go your separate ways. It's scary stuff. Because they did the maths and they said, okay, cool, most of our divorces happen after 2 years. So we thought, oh, well, let's just give them the easy out. Because divorce is a very stressful process and we don't want our people to have to go through that. Oh, shite. Poor people. You're getting married for a reason, because you love someone and you want to spend the rest of your life with that person and have children and do things together as a married couple, and you're giving people an easy way out. Unacceptable. It hasn't passed yet, but this is ridiculous. How can people even think that this could be a good thing? All right, we're giving ourselves easy ways out of everything. Yeah, and we're not learning anymore. If you use a GPS device, right, and I've done this test upon reflection with myself. When I started working years ago, I had a crappy little city golf and a Witwatersrand map book. And I would use this. And I would get to meetings, and I would use it once, and never again would I need it, because by looking and understanding, and yes, third left, I understand, cool, this is Oxford, boom, right there. By learning that and doing it myself, it was implanted in my brain, and I got to that meeting the next time without the use of the book. Alright? I realize now that I've got a TomTom app on my phone, and I don't know where places are anymore. Because I am a machine. I'm a robot that is given commands, and it's like, go straight, yes, left, cool, down, right, yes. Like, this thing's telling me what to do, and I just do it. Okay? But I can't go back to those places again without the help of the GPS. I've become a moron. It's a horrible thing. And it's all of us. The problem is, if you want to hang on, you better speed up. Yeah? Because we are progressing at such a rate. And this, I mean, I'm asking, what is the terminal velocity of the human race? Because we are going so fast and progressing and going, again, 15 years ago, very few ways to connect. Today, hundreds. What is going to happen in 15 years? Yeah? And if you ask yourself that question, why aren't you shitting yourself? Because at the rate we're going, what is going to happen next? How do we have to catch up? And years of Alexander Graham Bell, Albert Einstein, smart people that didn't have all of this information at their fingertips, but they created things. And they were smart and they could do things with what we would consider now as minimal knowledge. Right? We have so much knowledge flying around at the moment, and we're regurgitating all this data all over the place that how are we supposed to take everything in? And how are our children supposed to take all that in? Because when they come of age to actually start learning things, we are building so fast that they need to keep up. Okay? So it's pretty scary. I'm scared. So how do we change it? Firstly, we need to calm down. Okay? And take a step back and woosah. Alright, get zen. Now, I'm not a hippie by any stretch of the imagination, but I understand that by running constantly, it's not good for me. We are currently living the real life version of the tortoise and the hare scenario. What happens is, with a lot of people that get to this point where they realize they need to take a step back and woosah, is big life events, divorce, family crisis, near-death experience. Mine was, I met a chick, and she was busy with her hair and stuff, and I knew she would take about another 2 minutes or so, so I took out my phone and I started checking Twitter. Okay, because I thought, oh well, let me see what's going on, with the possibility that I may get this gem, this little nugget that I can learn in these 2 minutes. But she had finished doing her hair. She walked to the door, had opened the door, and was waiting for me for 2 minutes before she eventually said, "What are you doing?" And I looked up and I was like, "Oh, so sorry, I was just checking Twitter." And she said, "Why?" And I couldn't answer her. There was no reason I was doing it. Like, we could have chatted. It's not like she was blow drying or whatever. Like, I could have chatted, I could have engaged, I could have done something of value, but I wasn't. I was arsing around on a social network. But it's a simple mindset. It's about taking a step back and realizing that everything's going to be okay. There is no work-life balance, but there are work-life choices. And this is what everyone needs to decide. From whenever you realize that you need to take a step back, make those choices correctly. And it takes some time. I'm still guilty of doing silly things and not being as, I don't know, bloody zen as I want. But it's a choice that we need to all make, because the outcome is happy people. All right, now, this is one of my favorite photos ever. I was on a trip in Cambodia last year, and we were visiting this floating village. Right, it's a huge lake, and 6,000 people live on this lake on floating houses. All right, the reason why these people live on the lake is because they can't afford to live on the land. So the lake is free. They have nothing. All right, they really are living in some of the most horrible areas that I've ever seen in my life. But looking at them, they were as happy can be, right? They didn't need all the extra goods, all the extra anything, and just being a part of the whole community, which was incredible. So I'm going to leave you with 3 little things. Live your life, don't race through it, because you're going to miss out on things. Bring the human back into human interaction, because connecting outside of the human space is going to get worse and worse, so keep that in mind. And lastly, slow down and do it quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.